start my truck safely using my 3 points of contact. Now I'm gonna fasten my seatbelt. At this time, would you like me to do the safety start?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna start the truck. First, my ABS light is on. Now it went off. My parking brake light is on. My oil temperature is rising and is operating in normal range. My water temperature is rising and is operating in normal range. My gas, I have enough gas to complete my tasks for today. My battery is operating at 14 volts. Normal operating range is from 12 to 14 volts. Next, I have my RPMs. It is in proper working order. Next, I have my pressure gauge reading primary and secondary reading at 120 psi. The governor will automatically kick off when it reaches 120 to 125 psi. Okay, at this time I'm going to perform my brake test. I'm going to turn my engine off, turn it back on. I'm going to release the parking brake. I'm going to wait for a reading. That reading is 110 psi, both primary and secondary. Next, I'm going to set my clock. At the same time, I'm going to apply the brakes and I'm going to apply the brakes and set my clock for 1 minute. I should not lose more than 3 psi within the minute. Seconds. 30 seconds. 40 seconds. 'Kay, I'll release the brake. After 1 minute, both primary and secondary is at 110 psi. So I did not lose more. I did not lose any psi. Next, I'm going to check the low pressure warning buzzer. The buzzer should come on at no less than 55 psi. So I'm going to continue to fan my brakes. Okay, buzzer came on at 60 psi. Next, I'm going to check my emergency pop-out brake. The emergency pop-out brake should pop out at between 45 and 20 psi. So I'm going to continue to fan my brakes. Okay, popped out at 20 psi. At this time, I'm going to turn my engine on. Okay. At this time, we wait for our air pressure to build up to 120 psi. At this time, would you like me to do my in-cab inspection?
Yes.
Okay. First, I have my seatbelt securely fastened to the cab. All nuts and bolts are present. My seat belt is not torn, not teared, there's not frayed, it's not twisted. My seat belt latches and unlatches. rear, I have my fire extinguisher, ABC, type 20. Nozzle is not cracked. Hose is not cracked, I'm sorry. Not cracked. Nozzle is not damaged. It's fully charged and pin is in place. Next, I have my safety triangles. They're clean, not cracked, and sand-based. Next, I have my extra fuses ranging from 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and 30 amps. Next, I have my side view mirror brackets, both left and right. Securely fastened to the door. All nuts and bolts are present, not bent, dent, twist, or cracked. Next, I have my 4 mirrors. Securely fastened to the brackets. All nuts and bolts are present. Mirrors, not cracks, not scratched, no chunks missing. Free and clear of debris, and is adjusted to my liking. Next, I have my windshield, one piece glass, securely fastened to the cab. Not scratched, not cracked. There's no illegal stickers. Next, I have my rubber seals on the outside, securely fastened to the windshield. It's not hard, not brittle, not cracked, no chunks missing, and it has no leaks. Next, I have my windshield wipers. They're not hard, they're not cracked, no chunks missing, and it has proper tension. Next, I have my windshield wiper arms, which are connected to my windshield wiper motor. All nuts and bolts are present. Not bent, dent, twist, or cracked. Now I'm going to check my windshield wipers. They're in working order. Next, I'm going to check my left turn signal, my right turn signal, my high beam, and my 4-way flasher. All in working order. Next, I'm going to check my steering wheel. It's connected to the steering column. All nuts and bolts are present, securely fastened. My steering wheel should not have more than 10 degrees of play or 2 inches of play with a 20-inch steering wheel radius. My steering wheel is not bent, dent, twisted, or cracked. And my electric horn works properly. Next, I'm going to check my heater. Heater working properly. Next, I'm going to check my window defroster. Defroster working properly. Next, I'm going to check my gear indicator. Reverse, neutral, drive, all in working order. And that would complete my in-cab inspection. Next, I'm going to continue on with my brake test. I'm going to check my parking brake. I would remove my tire chuck. I would put it into drive. I would step on my service brake. And I would release my service brake. And then I would check to see if the parking brake holds. Would you like me to complete the test?
Yes.
Okay, at this time I'm going to turn off my truck. I'm going to undo my seat belt. And I'm going to exit the truck using my 3 points of contact. I'm going to unchuck my tires. I safely entered my truck using my 3 points of contact. I'm gonna fasten my seatbelt. I'm gonna start my truck. I am fully charged at 120 psi. PSI, both primary and secondary. Now I'm going to check my parking brake. Parking brake held. Next, I'm going to check my service brake. To check my service brake, I would pull forward at 5 miles per hour. I would make sure that my steering wheel does not pull to the left or right. At this time, would you like me to complete the task?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to check my service brake. Drive, release the brake. I'm going to pull ahead at 5 miles per hour. I'm going to come to a complete stop. The truck did not veer to the left or right. And that completes my in-cab and brake inspection.
Okay.